Suffice to say, there are several of these companies that have good product, that have good management teams, that need to solve two things.
Okay.
Security of supply of vanadium. Two, need to solve for the price volatility of vanadium historically. Two things which we can
Does it
help
work
solve for.
Would it work on a contract basis in terms of forward purchase?
No.
No, it would be always spot.
No, we've got a solution for that,
Okay.
which I'll talk to. And then they need to scale up, right? So for us, it's a case of saying, let's partner with these guys. And partnership takes many different forms. And whether it means equity partnerships, whether it means JVs, or whether it means just a simple relationship of supply of electrolyte into their systems.
Well, you need certainty too. What they want is very important, but what you need is important too.
But we can do a lot about that. That's why we've got a project development arm. That's why we go secure the mandates, right?
Okay.
So I can come to somebody and say, I've got a pipeline. Let me give you an example. We're doing a mini grid at our mine. 4 megawatt hour battery with 2.5 megawatts of solar.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So for me to go to a battery company and say, I have the opportunity to build batteries to supply you into. I will supply the vanadium into that. Can you give me a solution? And can we put together a solution which is bankable, which provides a solid business case to our mine? Mm-hmm. And in the case of the mini grid, the answer is absolutely. And we've had a number of responses from companies, and we're in negotiations at the moment. And we are going to appoint somebody, and the news of that we'll publish.
That'd be interesting. Well, I think there'll be a few other miners knocking on your door at that point.
Yeah. At least it will provide a good model that others can that combination of solar plus storage can be a viable source to their energy requirements. I had mentioned that we'll help them solve for the cost piece and the supply piece. Maybe the question is, how do we do that? Yeah. On the supply side, that's why we're scaling up our production capacity. I mean, we're talking about more than trebling our production from 2,560 last year to about 10,000 metric tons. On the cost side, what we try to do is to say, let's take out the price risk of vanadium from the capex decision that needs to be made about a vanadium flow battery. And because the vanadium, as we talked earlier on, doesn't degrade over life, and that at the end of the life I can take it out of the battery without destroying the battery, and I can use it in another battery, or I can convert it into ferrovanadium and sell it into the steel market. It's got residual value. And that allows us to actually rent the vanadium into battery systems. And they're of such a scale that a single contract can allow me to deliver enough vanadium, and it's secure. And while it's sitting in that battery, it's earning yield. And it's still sitting on your balance sheet.
That's fascinating.
So we think that by combining innovations like this, we're able to solve for the two main hurdles that vanadium flow batteries may have faced in the past, and we think that's gonna support their deployments globally.
Well, look, Fortune, and you spent some time explaining your strategy today to us. I think what I'd also like you to finish off with is, could you just tell the audience, our subscribers, maybe 5 reasons why they should be thinking about your company as an investment proposition?
5. I got 7.
Give us 7.
Let me get into you quickly. The first one is that we have a commodity vanadium with excellent fundamentals. As I said earlier on, it's in a structural deficit. Its outlook is really solid. 2, we have high quality, high grade primary vanadium resources, the largest primary vanadium resource base of anybody. And 3, we have brownfield processing capacity, which we've put together, which we're going to be scaling up, which allow us to hit the kind of production volumes that we're targeting very quickly and much cheaper than it would cost us on a greenfield basis. The 4th point I would mention is that, through the way we've gone about it, we have also acquired and inherited management teams with depth of expertise in vanadium. South Africa has been doing vanadium for decades, so we understand vanadium from a technical point of view. The fifth point I'll highlight is that with the integration we have into energy storage, we have an operation that is got a natural hedge. If vanadium prices come down, energy storage solutions that use vanadium become a lot more compelling, right? And also that gives us access into what we see as a multi-billion-dollar market opportunity for the company. Then finally, not finally, second but not least, is that we are operating in a South African jurisdiction, the Bushveld complex, which is host to the largest high-grade primary vanadium resource base in the world. And with the story that we've put together today, with the growth that we have, our proposition then to shareholders is, even just on a production growth basis alone, we've got substantial capital growth ahead. When you look at the downstream integration into the energy storage, that's significant capital growth proposition. On top of all of that, we believe that being a low-cost producer will be generating sufficient cash to look after our growth, and also at some point to start paying a dividend to shareholders. So in a nutshell, that's the
magical
proposition.
phrase that.